What's up, YouTube? On this episode of Coddiwomple Overland, we're going to do a little bit of wheeling with the Muddy Buddies Jeep Club. Coddiwomple Overland is proudly powered by Cummins Off-road, where you can completely outfit your vehicle and still retain their lifetime powertrain warranty. We're also brought to you in part by Overland Vehicle Systems, Trail Rated Coffee, Skinny Guy Campers, and more Expo. Also, if you're looking for some of our merch, make sure and check out shop.overlandapparel.com. We left home early on a foggy Friday morning. The plan was to make our way down towards southern Kentucky and meet up with the Muddy Buddies Jeep Club. They're a Jeep club that's based out of southwestern Ohio. After a couple hours of driving, we had made it to Williamsburg, Kentucky. This is where we would meet up with the Muddy Buddies and hop on the cat for a couple days. After meeting up with everybody, we synced our radios and hit the trail.
462-66250.
We left Williamsburg on two-lane blacktop. It wasn't long before the blacktop narrowed up, and then we ultimately got on trail. The plan for the weekend was to leave Williamsburg on the cat and make our way north towards Slade over the next 2 days. We expected a little bit of overgrowth because it was the middle of summer. But we didn't expect this much. It was pretty obvious that this part of the cat is not getting a whole lot of use. Nobody in this group was going to let a few Kentucky pinstripes tear us away from the weekend. We continued on in typical Coddiwomple fashion. We met up kind of late, so only a couple hours into the trail, we all stopped for lunch. That way we could stand around and talk and get to know each other a little bit better.
Yeah, right. Probably want to put Jake down, and so everybody came. We were all happy when we left.
You always got to get one of those.
Lunch didn't last too long. Everybody was pretty excited to get moving again.
Oh, this is easy. That would be fun over there. We could have done that.
I guess by now you guys have caught a glimpse of our new addition. This is Aspen, a Texas healer. This is our new adventure dog. The rest of the afternoon will be spent in the very scenic Daniel Boone National Forest. We will be making our way further north on towards Livingston. We found camp and got it set up a little bit earlier than normal. This gave everybody an opportunity to just sit around and relax, fix a nice dinner, and we could all enjoy each other's company for the evening. There's nothing like hanging out with good friends next to a stream early in the morning. We could have stayed there all day, but there was a whole nother day of wheeling to tackle. To kick this morning off, we decided to start on Hard 3, heading south to north. It didn't take us very long at all to figure out that this particular trail was not going to be very big rig friendly.
You're good. Yeah, good. Stay that way. Stay straight, Kelly. There you go. Now come. This way?
The further we got into this trail, the more overgrown it became. It was obvious that pretty much the only thing that was using it was ATVs or side-by-sides. So far, the only thing we had found on it that was going to be hard was all of the trees that was hard on our paint. We all decided to find a detour to find something a little more user-friendly for full-size rigs. As we made our way out of the detour, we found this V-notch, and this was the most difficult thing that we had found so far. It wasn't that this V-notch was super technical or difficult. The problem was the trail was just so narrow you didn't have a whole lot of line selection.
Now go passenger a little bit. Okay, now back driver. Back driver. Driver. Okay, now keep them going. You're on two wheels, I bet you. You feel it rock a little bit?
When it came time for Kelly to come through, he got a little bit left to center and dropped his rear wheel into the V-notch. Now I can tell you, I can probably count on one hand of all the wheeling that we've done of the times that I've seen this big old Dodge do a wave.
Straight back, driver.
Just a little bit of repositioning and Kelly made this obstacle look easy, just like he does most everything else.
Driver a little bit. Driver. Driver. Driver.
Before long, we were back on the main section of the Cat.
Well, no, you don't have to try it. Go to the left.
I got him.
Don't let him go under.
He ain't going under. Come on. Like a boy. Like a boy. Like a boy. After a pretty awesome day, we found a great campsite. We decided to sit up here for the rest of the night. We actually put the cameras up and just enjoyed each other's company. The next morning was Sunday, and we all decided to hit one more obstacle before we made our way on back to our respective homes. Some of us had already done this obstacle in the past, and a couple like Kelly had always been close to it, but had never actually done the obstacle. If any of you know very much about the Kentucky Adventure Tour, or more specifically the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway, then you'll certainly recognize where we're at. We're at Old Fincastle. This obstacle is probably the most iconic obstacle of all of the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway. And it's pretty neat to come up here every once in a while, as this obstacle seems to change every time we come to it.
Turn now. Skid plate.
Longer wheelbase is definitely a struggle when it comes to trying this obstacle on the uphill side. But with a little bit of lift and some taller tires, you can get across it.
Because your back's going to drop real weird. Yeah, I just looked up and seen that back was going to go funky. Oh man, you just nicked my wheel.
Next up was Chris, and he decided that he wanted to try to give the uphill line a try.
Back up a little bit.
Yeah, his bumper sticks out longer. He caught his bumper.
As soon as his rock slider hit this early, I was afraid we were pretty much done, but I was hoping with the Rubicon's front diff locker it will be able to pull him on around without him turtling. It didn't work out that way. We ended up getting him pulled back off of the rock, and he decided to take the lower line this time.
I just think that's going to be high.
Come my way. Driver, you all right, trust me. I got you.
He's going passenger. He needs to.
Come driving. Come driving. You're good. Come driving. Come on. Come driver hard. I got you. Come driver hard. Driver hard. Straight. Straight. Turn it back straight. Now come forward.
Good job, Chris.
Perfect. Come my way. Driver, you all right, trust me.
Next up was Tammy. She had 35s but didn't have any lockers. She decided to go ahead and just take the lower line.
Right there. There you go. Looking good. Looking good. Easy. Easy. Take your time. There you go. Looking good.
She's coming down on the back.
After Tammy made the bottom side look easy, Trish decided to take the upper line. Now, her Jeep is on 37s, it's a Rubicon, and it's a manual transmission.
Straight up, straight up. Now come driver, hard driver, hard driver. Straight up. Perfect. Driver.
Good job, Trish.
Passenger. Passenger just a little bit. There you go.
Bringing up the end of the pack would be Kelly. Now, we looked at doing the upper line with the Power Wagon, but we decided that the wheelbase was just too long to do that, and he decided to do the lower side.
I'm sorry to get in your way.
Coming up, coming up.
He's on the bumper.
He gonna fall off because I need to run him over there.
He's good over here. He's going to hold it. If you hold that line, he's holding it. He's gripping it.
You're gonna slip down, but you're good.
He's all right. Now he's coming down. Yeah, he's fine.
This will be the last little section of trail that we hit before heading on home. We hope that you guys have enjoyed hanging out with the Muddy Buddies as much as we did. The Muddy Buddies does a great annual event that you'll want to check out. I'm going to leave a little interview that we did with John right here at the end so you guys can check out what it's all about. Now, John, you guys have a Jeep Jamboree or a Jeep Jam that you do every year. Tell me a little bit about that.
We have 3 on-site trails. We have a vendor row. We have food trucks. We generally have around 800 Jeeps show up for a weekend, but everyone's invited as long as it's a Jeep vehicle of any sort. Come on out and have some fun with us. It's August 19th through the 21st. We generally, as long as the weather holds, we'll have a great time.
Where's it located at?
Clarksville, Ohio, right outside of Wilmington.
Okay, all right. Now, how does somebody find out about it and get hooked up and get registered for it?
Internet. Just look up jeepjam.org and it'll show up.
All right, sounds good. We're not going to make it this year. We hope that we could, but we've got some other things scheduled, but we're definitely going to hit it next year. Check them out.
We'll look forward to seeing y'all.